Coming up next on BG24 News.
A New York man has been arrested for human trafficking through Bowling Green. We have the details.
And controversial graffiti has been popping up on Bowling Green State University's campus. Find out what university officials are doing about it.
Also, BGSU faculty would like to see changes in their contract. Find out what their demands are.
Plus, a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 sports.
Wood County's live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Dominique Hicks.
And I'm Madeline Fenning. Our top story tonight. Those of you who can't wait for class to end may end up taking your professors for granted. Reporter Tyler Savino shows us how determined they are to make sure that BGSU doesn't do the same.
More than 100 students and faculty members lined up along the third floor of the student union to encourage Bowling Green's administrators to negotiate changes in faculty contracts.
They have dragged on so long. The deadline for a final contract was July of this year, but the administration didn't start negotiating in good faith until May of this year.
What we're being told in negotiations implicitly is the university doesn't value faculty. The university doesn't respect faculty. The university doesn't respect students. The university isn't really prioritizing education.
I didn't personally witness it, but I was told that somebody said that it was the most juvenile thing that they'd ever seen.
Juvenile or not, it seems that quite a few faculty members feel overlooked. This reporter sat down with Laura Sanchez, a professor of sociology on campus.
I've been here since 2001, and I have loved every day that I've been here.
What changes would she like to see?
I have 4 cats, a dog, 2 hens, and 2 horses. The cost of living is raising. It is really hard to pay my bills and to pay my mortgage and to meet my obligations. And it also is kind of affecting me because if you go for 6 years or more without a real kind of raise, it kind of makes you wonder if your work matters to others.
Her voice, along with their fellow faculty members, may make all of the difference in the upcoming negotiations.
Well, we have several hundred faculty here today, along with student supporters, because of a simple message, which is we believe in retaining good students, but to retain good students, we have to retain good faculty.
It's given me good ideas for the classroom and how to be active on working in a community of teachers to improve conditions for everyone.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Tyler Savino.
Contract negotiations are still in the works, but it seems that the faculty's voice will, in fact, be heard. The BGSU administration is trying their best to find a solution that works for everyone.
And if you've walked around BGSU's campus lately, you may have noticed some controversial graffiti on university sidewalks. To find out exactly what these images are, we go to reporter Lucas Stahl for further details.
Students are busily walking these sidewalks to class every day, but instead of focusing on your next lecture, have you ever taken the time to look down? You may see things such as this. These images have been here for weeks, and it seems as though the school has made no effort to remove them. I went out and talked with students myself about what they thought of these depictions. Are they freedom of speech and expression, or on the verge of being discriminatory towards other students?
I think it also could be borderline racial. Just not necessarily the Black Power signs itself, but we are here and the Black Power sign. I think that's borderline racial.
Though students paint on these sidewalks every year, so should anything be done?
But I feel like if it's offending other people, then something that needs to be done about it. Like personally, it's not offending me, but if other people are being moved by it, then I feel like something needs to be done.
Could these images simply be a rebuttal from racial tensions here on Bowling Green's campus?
Things that have been going on in BG, like specifically with I think it was the basketball coach. Yeah, so I feel like it's just expression and it's just a reaction to those type of things that's been going on. Okay. As far as like the Black Power, I honestly just feel like it's just expression and it's just a way that people are getting their voices heard without actually verbally saying anything, and I just think they're expressing themselves.
Campus police say no complaints have been filed at this time, but if students feel the need to do so, they can contact them at 419-372-8135. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Lucas Stahl.
And you know what? If you have any comments on these images, voice your opinion on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BG24 News.
A New York man was indicted on 2 counts of human trafficking and 2 counts of promoting human prostitution. Kevin J. Donaldson allegedly transported 2 females to a Bowling Green hotel where they were asked to participate in sexual activity with an individual. This individual was an undercover officer. These charges are stemming from the incident on November 8th. And now weathercaster Aisha Mitchell is here to give us a preview of Black Swamp weather. Aisha?
Thanks, Madeline. Grab all of your scarves, hats, and gloves. The last few weeks of this semester could be getting a little colder. Stay tuned to find out, only on your Black Swamp weather forecast.
Coming up next on BG24 News. BGSU's India Student Association held its own Diwali Mela last weekend. Reporter Jonathan Kyaholtz was there to take in the festivities.
And BGSU alumnus and Project Runway contestant Nathan Paul brought the runway to Bowling Green.
Plus, a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to BG24 News. For people from India, Diwali Mela is one of the most important festivals of the year. The BGSU Indian student community organized a celebration to commemorate the Hindu spirit right here at the university. Reporter Jonathan Kyaholtz joins us live in the newsroom to talk about India's Festival of Lights. Jonathan?
Thanks, Madeline. Now, India is more than 8,000 miles from Bowling Green, so BGSU's Indian Student Association hosted its own Diwali Mela right here at BGSU. But the event attracted many more than just the Indian community.
It was wonderful. Adrenaline's still pumping.
Those were the words university sophomore Taylor Hawes used to describe her first performance at Diwali Mela. She performed with the Diwali Diyas in front of hundreds of people.
It felt great. I was really excited to be a part of the Indian culture. It's something I've always been interested in.
Harini Padmanabhan choreographed some of the Diwali performances. She also helped organize the event as part of the India Student Association.
Because of the cultural differences, we learn so much more. And so this is just an opportunity for us to share a little bit of our culture with our friends here.
One of those friends is Obsidian Magazine's fashion columnist, Deborah Chester.
I feel fashion really stems from things like this. You know, someone's culture, their background, what really affects how they dress, their attire. So I really take note and appreciate it.
Many of the event goers agree that cultural appreciation is extremely important.
When you start working, you have to work with people from all around the world. You have to know how to interact with people who come from very different backgrounds than yours. So it's really important that you get exposed to as many different types of people and different cultures as possible.
A lot of people have been saying, why would you want to do something like that? And honestly, if you don't, it's just sort of like living life in black and white. But this is, I mean, like, we're pretty colorful. It's like the rainbow.
And in terms of cultural knowledge, this rainbow shines bright.
I know if I had to dance like that, it would be pretty terrifying. Now, this year marks ISA's 27th anniversary at BGSU. Though Bowling Green State University's Diwali Mela is already considered one of the biggest cultural events at BGSU, Padmanabhan, she's a choreographer, she says she hopes the Diwali Mela will see an even bigger crowd in the years to come. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Jonathan Kyaholtz. Back to you at the desk.
And thank you, Jonathan. And you know what? The runway made a stop at Bowling Green this past week. That's right, Nathan Paul, a BGSU alum and fashion designer, told students that the clothes you wear should be a representation of your personality. Reporter Parminda Bunga sat down with Nathan and asked him his definition of fashion.
My definition of fashion is the expression of one's personal point of view. So I don't believe in following trends and following colors. I take fashion notes like from my grandmother, who has always worn the same style in and out of fashion as long as I've known her, and it's her look. And she's the only one that can wear it, and it looks great on her. Look a hot mess on anybody else.
Nathaniel Paul McDonald, known as Nathan Paul, on Lifetime's reality show Project Runway, educated Bowling Green students about his experience in the fashion industry. Project Runway is an American reality television series that focuses on fashion design. The series is hosted by Heidi Klum, Tim Gunn, and Rachel Weingart. The contestants compete with each other to create clothes. Their designs are judged, and one designer is eliminated each week. Nathan Paul graduated from Bowling Green with dual majors. He specialized in supply chain management. Chelsea Fry, a supply chain management major, was excited for Nathan's visit.
Being able to ask him questions about how he went as for an undergrad, what his experience was, what he put as just as his goals and what his achievements were, and just what I could do to further my education and work towards maybe possibly doing something like he has done.
Rebecca Shakespeare, an aspiring teacher, was one of many students attending the lunch.
Would you ever come back and teach?
I would.
Nathan's mom, Cassandra, also interacted with students and promoted Project Runway Ohio.
So with this Project Runway Ohio, there's no age limit. It's for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. And we're going to run it just like Project Runway.
When asked Nathan what women should always have in their closet, he said,
"Great pair of jeans," because it's very difficult to find a perfectly fitting pair of jeans, but when you do, you look dynamite.
Fashion will continue to attract different audiences and taste. For BG24 News, I'm Parminder Bunga.
The city of Bowling Green paraded through downtown BG last weekend for their annual holiday parade. Find out how you can get involved for next year's event.
Plus, a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 Sports. Stay with us.
Now, Wood County's live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp weather.
Good evening, everyone. I am Aisha Mitchell, and welcome to your Black Swamp weather forecast. The current temperature is in the low 30s, but it feels a little cooler, about 29 degrees. Lots of sunshine throughout the day, despite the cold temperatures, and low winds headed northwest. So it's a lot cooler today than it used to be, but I mean, it's getting close to December. For tonight, the temperatures drop to the mid-20s, partly cloudy skies throughout the day. The winds pick up a little bit, but still headed northwest, and moderate humidity. For tomorrow, the high will be in the low 40s, partly cloudy skies throughout the day, sunrise at around 7:39 a.m., and gusting winds will be headed southwest. For tomorrow night, the low will be in the mid-20s, clear skies throughout the night. The winds die down a little bit, but headed southwest, and high humidity. And as we look at our current precipitation, there's not a lot taking place in Ohio. Barely in the northeast area in the blue, we're receiving a little bit of snow, but most of the precipitation is taking place near the East Coast, where they're in Pennsylvania, where they're receiving some snow, and as you can see in the green, where they're receiving some rain, but most of the precipitation is taking place as we get closer to the East Coast. And as we look at our current temperatures, the areas in the lighter blue are receiving temperatures in the high 30s and above in areas such as Cambridge, Lancaster, Columbus, all the way through Cincinnati. But the temperatures in the areas in the darker blue are receiving temperatures in the low 30s and below, mostly northern Ohio and northwest Ohio. And finally, our 5-day forecast. We start off in the low 40s for Wednesday, and we get all the way to the mid-50s by the end of the week. A little sunshine here and there for the next few days, and some rain showers on Sunday to start our last week of classes.
And you know what? I've just come to the conclusion that it's going to be a cold winter, but you can definitely just take Nathan Paul's advice and get you some cute colors in the closet.
As long as you have your perfect pair of jeans, then at least your legs will stay warm.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you, Aisha. Bowling Green's holiday parade is known by Northwest Ohio as one of the biggest and best. Reporter Christina Hefner tells us that the parade featured over 40 floats this year.
The holidays are here, and Bowling Green started off this season with their annual holiday parade. Hosted by Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce, the parade featured over 40 floats with the theme, I'm Dreaming Of.
There are over 100 units participating in the holiday parade this year.
Some of the units participating were Valvoline, Bowling Green High School Marching Band, and Wood County Hospital. People of all ages were excited to see the parade.
At the Christmas float last year, I think there was like a penguin on it, in snow.
I have a daughter whose grandma is part of the National Tractor Pull, so she'll be on that truck, so we're excited to see her.
Anyone can participate. All you have to do is sign up through Bowling Green's Chamber of Commerce.
Going to a holiday parade is always a tradition. You know, every town has them, and to see Mr. and Mrs. Claus at the very end.
Many enjoyed the holiday parade and are looking forward to next year. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Christina Hebner.
And you know what? If you've missed this year's holiday parade, it's okay. Bowling Green will be hosting a Christmas parade on December 8th at 5 o'clock.
Now Perry Yost joins us for a first look at BG24 Sports. Perry?
Thanks, Madeline. Falcon football wrapped up their regular season Saturday. I'll get into those highlights, and BG volleyball captured the MAC championship. Find out who they played this week in the NCAA tournament. All that and more coming up next on BG24 Sports.
It's un-Falcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Welcome to BG24 Sports. I'm Perry Yost. Starting off with some football over the weekend, BG Falcons finished their regular season taking on Buffalo at Columbus Crew Stadium in Columbus. Matt Pettigrew getting some playing time with the injury to Anton Samuel. He'll keep the drive going with a catch right here. Certainly glad he was in the game. And now he's going to burst over the touchdown and get a burst over the field line, and get a touchdown. The Falcons are now up 7-0. Really glad he was able to take the place for Anton Samuel. And now, second half, it's a 48-yard pass all the way from Matt Schultz to Sean Joplin, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown. Here's another look. Matt Schultz now, his turn. He's going to carry it for a 7-yard touchdown all the way. BG would go on to win the game 21-7, capping an 8-4 season with a bowl game to be played at some point next month. Women's basketball last week traveled to Big Ten opponent Purdue. They are ranked 14th in the country. Jennifer Roos is the head coach, and right here she is, one of her biggest games thus far. The BG had some trouble shooting, but here's Danielle Havel for getting a three-pointer. And here she's going to crash the boards and get a big putback. BG would be up 25-18 at the half. Right here, this is Allison Pappenfuss breaking the second half drought. And she's got a big bucket there. Purdue won big over the Falcons 59-45. Last Sunday, BG volleyball played Northern Illinois in the MAC championship game. Despite a 2-set deficit, the Falcons won the following 3 sets to defeat the Huskies and capture the MAC championship for the first time since 1991, which is also the last time Bowling Green has made it to the NCAA tournament. Junior Paige Penrod was named MAC tournament MVP after posting 17 kills and a career-best 28 digs. Now, after the selection show on 2 days ago, the Falcons' fate was decided. They will play Yale in the opening round of the tournament this Friday at the host school, Penn State. Falcon baseball has added 5 new faces to their roster for the 2013-2014 season. All 5 recruits hail from Ohio and have all lettered in their sport at least 2 times. The newest Falcons are Tyler Anderson from Shawnee High School, Greg Basliga and Devin Fisk, both from Pickerington Central High School, Johnny Crawford from Wapakoneta High School, and Addison Rossbert from Port Clinton High School. So keep an eye out for them in the future. To swimming now. BGSU will send 7 swimmers to compete in the USA Swimming AT&T Winter National Championships this weekend. This is the first time any members of the Falcon swim team have competed at this event, and of those 7, only 2, Emily Bennett and Alexis Kane, have experience in such high-pressure events, after both having swam at the U.S. Olympic trials last summer. Competition will begin Thursday and will run all the way through Saturday. Good luck and go Falcons! That's all for BG24 Sports. I'm Perry Yost, and we'll be right back.
Are you looking to expand your family for the holiday season? The volunteers at the Wood County Humane Society may be able to help. They have a feline friend in need of a home.
Meet Cheyenne. Cheyenne is a young female cat with a sweet temperament. Cheyenne loves affection and cuddling, but is also very adventurous. She likes to be the leader and is very confident. Cheyenne would make a great addition to any loving home. If you would like to adopt Cheyenne or any other pet from the Humane Society, call 419-352-7339 or visit woodcountyhumanesociety.org.
Aw, Cheyenne is so cute. And now we have weathercaster Aisha Mitchell here now with our last look at the Black Swamp weather forecast.
Well, temperatures will be in the low 40s tomorrow, but will continue to increase for the next few days, all the way to the mid-50s on Sunday, joined with some rain showers to start off our last week of classes. So it's not that cold, but temperatures are starting to drop as we enter into December.
And you know what? I've come to terms with that it's just going to be a cold winter, but I just hope we don't get a lot of snow.
But if we have snow, then we can make snow angels and snowmen, and we
You
can play
do
in
that,
it.
and the rest of us will stay in there.
Right, you know what? That's what I have to do to enjoy myself, then so be it.
You know, you guys
go.
gonna have to take that up with Mother Nature. I just deliver the weather.
No, you make it happen.
It's all you.
And that's all for BG24 News.
For Madeline Faining, Aisha Mitchell, and Perry Yost, I'm Dominique Hicks. Thank you for watching. And if you have comments or story ideas, check out our website at bg24news.org. And be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 5:30 for a special edition of BG24 News from Lima. Have a great night, everyone.